Well, I'm getting around. Um, got that load down there to Connecticut, Derby, and tarps come off pretty good. A little bit of a fight, but not bad at all. Hopefully, these on this load come off as easy. Um, the loader pulled up, and he was real nice this time. Maybe he got some chocolate for Easter or something. He said, I got to run out for a bit. I'll be back. I said, okay. He said, have those guys, have back in the bay and those guys will get you unloaded. So I backed in the bay and nothing. Hour and a half later, he comes back. He was not a happy camper, but he had like a big training class on getting unloaded. And I think there was like 6 of them on my trailer. And boy, they got her done. Rolled out of there, rolled back up to Geneva. My load was not ready. I was going to try to get a couple hours in because I think I only drove 6.5 hours. So I was going to try to get some miles in. In the end, it doesn't matter. I was here at 5 o'clock ish, and I don't even drop till 8 in the morning. So it really didn't matter at all. I went to bed, got up. I was going to get up earlier, about 2:30. And blast, and I just couldn't sleep, so I just slept till 5 in the morning, got up and blasted, and I'd done all my paperwork, but when I get to the border, none of my paperwork had gone through customs, so I got stuck at the border, and I had to use my phone. I got a fax app on here and refax all my paperwork. I called the lady, she's real nice, and she said, as soon as it hits my desk, I'll put it in the border. And boy, she did too. I mean, it was fast. But I kind of got held at the border for a little bit, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Nothing huge. And then I just rolled all the way up here to Beaupre. Good driving day. A little bit of traffic problems, nothing major. But I'm going to blast out of here, back down to Geneva, and then head for DeWitt. And I'll let you know what's going on. Miles-wise, I did 29.24. I said I was going to be shy. About 20 some miles shy. Ended up being about 80 miles shy, making 3,000. But they rolled onto this week, so this week I've got 210 plus the load here, whatever this was. I don't even know what it was. I can look real quick. It was 210 plus 785, so I'm over 1,000 miles. I'm at 995, so I'm right at 5 miles from being 1,000 miles already on the week. And then the next load they've already put on me is 773 miles, plus the 458 dead end. So midweek I should be on 2,000 miles by midweek, and I still got a lot of time left on my clock to run. I can run, that's Canadian. I can run almost 40 hours before I have to do 34, or I'll start hitting some of those recaps. I should be able to recap again. I'm hoping for well over a 3,000 mile week this week. We'll see. We'll just see how it rolls. If the loads keep coming on time and I can keep rolling, hopefully I don't get another Canada load. I mean, if they do, I hope they send me to Toronto. I mean, it ain't bad up here. You get used to running up in Canada, and the money ain't bad. You know, I was talking with other glass drivers. Like every time I see him, he's in Canada, and he's like, "Well, I don't ever bitch about it." I said, "I don't bitch about it either, but." You know, I mean, if I go, I go. I pretty much, once I do a 34, I expect it because your clock's reset. In Canada, you have to have 24 hours off in the past, I think it's 13 days. So as soon as you get that 24 hours, boy, count on it. As soon as you do your 34, count on Canada run. The problem I have, and the problem a lot of drivers has, is a lot of the glass guys can't go to Canada, but they make the same amount out here as us on the road. And a lot of the theory by some of the guys who've been here a lot longer than me is they shouldn't get the same amount of pennies per mile because they're not fulfilling the job. Does that make sense? Me, I'll take Canada over New York, the Bronx, and all that crap. Yeah, I'll come up here. I've gotten used to it now. Little problem today. I stopped at the Pilot, Lansdowne, and pull in there, and all their pumps are closed. Freaking Pilot. So I roll up to St. Helen de Begat, which is another Pilot, and only one pump works at a time, so you can't just stick them in there and fill both tanks. And I could not get the satellite pump to fill. I couldn't get it to come on. There's another driver, he couldn't get his satellite pump to come on either. And you can't do any of the new modern stuff, like where you can put your card in there, or you can put your information in the pump. You got to go inside, and it's French, so I made all kinds of cool notes on my notepad. I put everything in French. Campaign code, which is company code, and my camion, which is my truck, and my voyage, which is my trip, and chauffeur, which is who's driving it, and then the center lecture. Hub reading. So I got fuel. Problem is I couldn't get the other one to pump, so I got one tank filled up. And they settled down to where I think I've got a half a tank. That half a tank will get me back to where I need to be, I hope. Back to the other side of Montreal. I'm empty, half a tank should get me there. We'll just see. And we'll let you know what's going on. Well, I apologize for the infrequency and weirdness of my videos, because I've been in some places where I just can't get a signal and I can't transmit them. And then I got to remember what it was I made in the video, so I got to go back and rewatch. Hopefully I don't repeat myself, and if I do, you can just say, quit repeating yourself. Thursday, April 8, 3:45. I am at the Portage Yard in Indiana. I drove all the way over from Geneva, New York this morning, 9 hours, some odd change. Got to get the truck in. I've got an oil leak. I'm having trouble with the people net. It's disconnected, and they think it's the cradle where it actually sets in and attaches, because it won't. It says it can't read. It's disconnected from the truck, or it's disconnected from the power. I mean, there's all kinds of things going on with it. I cannot read any of my tire pressures, because what I can do is I can actually go in on my pre-trip. They're accurate. And they were checked with another gauge, because I want to know how accurate they were, and with a calibrated gauge. I can go in here, it'll show me all the tires on my truck. And as you can see, it's clear. Like I don't have any tires on my truck at all. Hopefully that's not too blurry. So, got to figure out what's wrong with that. And figure out what's wrong with the oil leak. I told them if they can't get me in, can't get me back out, that I can roll with it. It's not a major oil leak, but oil leaks never get any better. Because this is a just-in-time load, and they wanted it 10:30, and now they moved it up to as soon as you can get it here. I could roll out as early as like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm about 4 hours away. So I was told the load was supposed to be late. It was really weird. I got two messages. This is a just-in-time load, and according to our schedule, we have notified the receiver that you will be late. I won't be late. What I did last night was I got to Geneva. I dropped my other trailer. My load was ready. I got under it, got it all tied up, checked my BOL, did my inspection, rolled out of there, rolled down to the 7-Eleven, hit the scale, parked for the night. Because I didn't have a lot of hours to get anywhere anyway, so it didn't make any difference. That way next morning I've got like, pull out of the 7-Eleven, go straight through a toll booth, and I'm on 90. I didn't have to mess with any of the other stuff, so I was ready to roll out first thing in the morning. Made it here. A lot of construction, raining like crazy. It knocked the bugs off my truck. From here, I go to DeWitt, Iowa, down to Foyu in Decatur, and I'm taking a load of ladders. That's what it says, ladders. My theory is, since we live load down there, they're going to send some ladders down there for the drivers to use when they're doing live loads. All the plants that we live load at have ladders that are marked for Maverick, and I know last time I was down there they had one that was like it was ran over by a truck, and it was so unsafe, and it was just dangerous. that I got my ladder off the back of the truck. I'd show you my load. It is raining, and it's a DGL. It's a DG, double drop trailer. So it's nothing spectacular. It's road good. I got in there and got the ropes on it, got it all nice pulled tight, and it hasn't even moved. It's road great. Trailer's done good. Truck's done real good. Other than that, I'll let you know what's going on here directly. Hopefully I can get in the shop and get out of the shop. I'm thinking if they just replace the cradle, they said they've had some problems with the cradles having to be replaced. In other words, what the unit sets in is the cradle, because I can take it out and actually use it like a tablet. That's the cradle, and apparently there's some issues with those connections right there. Hopefully that'll fix my multitude of sins. We're about out of time. We're going to end up doing a 34. I have about 18 hours and change left. I really hope they don't send me down there, leave me down there in Decatur to do a 34. That's just going to be horrible. Yeah. All right. We're going to go in here as soon as I get my truck in. I'm going to go in and get a shower, crash out, and I'm going to deliver this load before they thought it would be there, and it will not be late. It will be early. That's how we rock.